just changing my clothes. This is where we spent the night last night, on the hammock, which was quite comfortable actually. Seth has lent me a few things, so the table and chairs, just to sort of, I don't know, try and make some sort of home out of it. The fan and the generator he's lent us. I built a fire last night so I could have something to eat and a hot drink, but yeah, it wasn't too bad actually. So that is where we'll be staying until we get some sort of farmhouse up and running. I don't know what's going to be behind the boards on the farmhouse over there. Whether we can salvage it, I'm not sure. So it didn't end too well last time. I cut the tree down at the wrong angle. My mistake. I've learnt from my mistake. That is the tree that's done all the damage, and it did do a lot of damage. It fell down onto the barn, completely crushed one side of the barn, just demolished it. I don't know how it didn't take down these power lines, but it didn't. But we still haven't got any power here anyway, because none of these lights come on last night when it started getting dark. But yeah, completely demolished this side. So I went and saw Seth, and he rounded up a couple of friends of his. They came over within about half an hour, and we just completely demolished the whole of the shed. One of them had like a mini digger, so that got ripped down. I kept any bits that I thought was half decent, and I've made a stack over here. There's not a lot, so as you can see, most of it was pretty much ruined or rotten, but I've kept them in the hope that I might be able to do something with them in terms of repairing the fence that goes round the farm. So hopefully that will be able to happen sometime further along the line. As you can see, the tractor is not here. Had another bit of a result. One of Seth's friends is very, very good. He is a mechanic, and he does specialise with agricultural machinery. Told him all about the tractor as we were pushing it out of the demolished shed barn. He had a bit of metal pipe back at his workshop that would double up as an exhaust, because I said I think that's like one of the main problems that's wrong with it. It's all seized, blah blah blah. He done a bit more tinkering. Obviously I helped him as well. We managed to get it going. We've got the tractor going, which is over there. I'm going to go and show you. So this obviously did cost me money. I had to pay for that bit of pipe. I don't expect anything for free. And some of the guys that came here, they took away a lot of the wood and got rid of it, disposed it for us. So yeah, it did cost us a little bit, about $1,000 just over, but all in all, that's not too bad. I mean, it saves us a job of taking it down properly, and most of it got smashed down, so pretty good. We'll take that up to Seth's. I think I'd rather sell at his place because it helps him out as well. He does give us pretty good price. But look over here, guys. Here is the tractor. How awesome is that? So this is the exhaust, just a straight bit of pipe that Seth's friend put on. I'm not sure what he did there, but he's worked some magic. We've got it going. So if we jump in, very cool. So very happy with that. That is actually 85 horsepower, so not very high at all, but it's all we've got. So that is all we can use and all we can work with. I don't even think we'd be able to lease anything sort of more powerful than that. with the money we've got. So I think it's just going to be a case of trying to cut a few more trees here and there. I'm going to try and see if we can get some sort of mower. I don't know if we can lease a mower or just try and get enough money to buy our own mower, because I would like to mow as much grass as we can that we own. So yeah, hopefully, like I said, we could try and make some silage bales. But we're going to head on over to Seth's and see what we make off of this load. It's not a huge amount because it wasn't a very tall tree, that one. It looked quite tall, but it wasn't as tall as the first one we cut up because it didn't take me very long to chop it up. So yeah, you can see all the broken bits of fence. So that is definitely a job in the future, and it's probably going to be an ongoing job, just repairing bits here and there. I mean, we might be able to salvage more wood from the farm as we go, because most of those things that are on that farm are pretty much useless. We're not going to be able to get much use out of them, so I think a lot of them are going to be ripped down. I am going to brave it one day and rip those boards down of the farmhouse and see what it's like inside. Dread to think though. It's been derelict, I think, for quite some time, so could be all sorts in there. Rats, it's probably going to stink to high heaven. Right, I hope Seth is in. He did say swing by in the morning when you're up and you've got your logs loaded up. So, a little bit misty this morning, but pretty cool. He's got his fire going. I think that fire's running all the time. I don't know what he does with it. Right. Let's unstrap. We'll get Seth to oh, strap that one up. Unstrap. We'll get Seth to unload those and hopefully he gives us a good price. So let's go and see what he's going to offer us. Well, that was good timing again. The noisy train. So we made 1,483 from that load, so not a huge amount. Like I say, that was nowhere near as big as the tree we cut down first of all. Right, let's head on back to the farm. I think we're going to have to pick a couple more trees. I did mention to Seth about the shop, or whether they lease anything. He seems to think they don't really lease much equipment out, which could be bad news for us. So we may have to buy most of our equipment. I don't know. That's something I need to double check with the shop. But anyway, we will get back. I think this truck is a little bit, obviously it's great, but where it's old and it's been sat for ages, it says 62 top speed on the speedo, but we're only doing about 48 there, so I think it is performing a bit under power or under par. But we don't want to be racing in it, we want it for jobs around the farm. So let's hook in here. Now the next thing's going to be what tree we're going to go for again. And I'm going to try and cut it down the right way. What I would like to do, all these really tall ones like that, is get rid of them. So there's one there, but that, I mean, that is still that shed, so I shouldn't think that's gonna. We've got a little bit of room that way or that way, I think. I don't want it landing on the. Oh, I was going to go that way, but our tent is there, isn't it? I don't think that's a good idea. Let's see if we can aim for down through there, shall we? I feel nervous now, especially after what happened last time. Here goes. Perfect, that will do me. There's a silly little bit there. I might have to pick that up. Right. So let's clean this up. And then this is going to need to be chopped up. That did feel like quite a thick trunk when we were cutting through that then. So I'm hoping we are going to make a decent amount off of this one. What I will probably do is, because I don't want to bore you all the time with chopping up wood, we will get this chopped up. And I will get as much as I can loaded up, and once we've got the first sort of load, because I think this is going to definitely be more than one load, I'll bring you back in and we'll head on down to Seps. Right, I have gone a bit OTT, I think. That is that whole tree on there. I don't think it's going to end well, do you? I think I've got all the... Oh, there's one more strap. Yes, I think we're going to have to take that very, very steady. Look at the suspension at the rear. Let's just go for it. Because it saves us coming backwards and forwards if we can get rid of all of them. Just take a slow trip. And watch the cornering. I'm just a little bit worried because it is quite bumpy, this track. I think the suspension is a little bit soft on this pickup. As long as we stay like this, we should be good to go. Whoa, 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 steady, steady. We do not want to be damaging this pickup, because this and the tractor is all we've got. So steady as we go. I cannot wait to see how much we get from Seth for this though. This is a decent amount. I'm hoping it's going to take us over $10,000. I think it is making Seth happy as well that we are actually bringing him quite a bit of wood, because he did say he hasn't had any deliveries like that, people coming to sell it to him, for quite a few days now. So I think that side of his sort of, what do you call it, his little project, I guess, over there where he is dried up a little bit. But that could just be this sort of time of year. I think as it goes into winter, a lot of people start chopping down their trees then and clearing bits of forest here and there. Right, we need to take this bridge very steady. That is good. Another thing actually I spotted earlier, and I've just seen again, which has reminded me I'm going to have to talk to Seth, is he has got silage bells there on that carriage. So I'm hoping he sells them, or he'll buy them off of us and then sell them on again. I will have a quick chat with them about that. Right, back into the normal zone. Let's get this unstrapped. I hope none of them fall off. But Seth is gonna... Seth is gonna sort that out anyway. Right, let's see how much we make. Well, not quite as much as what I'd hoped, but we got 3,599, which is still pretty good. I think that is going to enable us to move forward a little bit, even though we're reversing as we speak. Keep forgetting we've got a mirror there, so I've started to remember to use the mirror. So we're going to head up back to the farm. I think what we'll do is we'll grab the tractor and we'll head on up to the shop area and see if they've got anything we could buy. I will talk to them about leasing, but it doesn't sound very promising from Seth. And see if they've got some sort of mower going on. I mean, they did let me lend that bike, didn't they? So technically that is leasing, if you want to be pedantic about it. I'm trying to use big words now. So I mean, we could obviously chop a couple more trees down, but I'd like to try and do something a little bit different. And I don't want to take too many trees down from the farm, because they are quite, what's the word? I was going to say attractive, but that probably says the wrong sort of message. Decorative, aren't they? Right, let's hook around here. I think we'll park up. But like I did say earlier, I think the goal to start with would be getting rid of these really tall ones like that. I think there is a few in here. There's another one in there. I didn't really want to touch this middle sort of, it's almost like some sort of island, isn't it? Because I quite like that as a feature, but if we have to, we will, because it's going to take us a lot of time and money to sort this farm out. But I'm warming round to the idea a lot now, and I think I am definitely up for the challenge. Oh, started first time. So this little girl is going very well. Right, I'm going to head up to the shop. Obviously I've had to take the tractor, because if they do have anything for us, we're going to need to hook it up to this. Yeah, I'm going to speak to them about a couple of things, but obviously, oh, it's very bumpy. I will keep you posted when we get out of the shop, but I will see you up there, guys. Right, as you can see, we have spent some money. They did put these front weights on us, because that's going to help when we have attachers, or attachments should I say, on the back. So that's pretty cool that they've done that. They've also said they think they could possibly put a front loader on this, which I'm a bit surprised at, but they're pretty confident they can. So that could be an option in the future for picking things up, so that's quite cool. Yeah, the cheapest mower they had is around the corner, and it is rather huge, which is going to make the weight spin on the front even more. Look at the size of that. I think that's almost as big as the tractor. Anyway, let's jump in the tractor. I've no idea what it's going to look like hooked up. It's pretty much going to look ridiculous, I know it is, but if it works and it does the job, you know, who are we to complain? But we have actually bought that. I spoke to them about leasing. It is very, very limited. They don't really lease things here, and like I say, if they do, that is the wrong way around, isn't it? I need to go to there. If they do, they haven't got a lot of things to lease. They would rather sell to people, which is fair enough. Let's get a bit more straight on that. So I think we are just going to have to keep plugging away, building our money up, and just keep buying cheap, small equipment. That doesn't look too bad actually, does it? It's not lifting the front wheels, so that's a good sign. Whether it stays like that when we start mowing is another story. Right, we will head down to the farm. I need to work out roughly on the map where our kind of boundary is. That's going to be quite fun trying to work that out. I may just play it safe to start with and go where we definitely know our boundary is. But I'll head down there, I'll kind of work out where it is, and I will see you there, guys. We'll start doing a bit of mowing. There is rain on its way, but I don't know how long or how far away it is, but anyway, see you in a bit. Right guys, I have actually marked out some sort of boundary. I've just gone sort of up and along across the sort of farm and then back down that side. We've got a tree here, and there's also two trees which you'll see a little bit later on that are in our boundary over the other side of the farm, which is pretty cool. But we have a lot of grass here to mow, so we have got potential, plenty of potential to be making fields and things like that. I've not even thought how I'm going to pick all this grass up yet, but we'll see what happens. We do have some of these electricity poles as well, which we'll have to try and avoid, but this tractor is performing absolutely brilliant. It's not struggling, it's not lifting the front wheels, and that mower is quite big compared to the tractor. I think we've got ourselves a beauty, a right little workhorse. So I'm very pleased with that. I'm very pleased with the pickup. I think we've kind of struck lucky there in terms of things to start off with. Obviously the more money we get and build up, we can upgrade equipment, but obviously we need to put money towards the farm as well, because that is in desperate need of repairing and renewing. So yeah, some of these poles we'll just have to do our sort of best with. But this is going to take quite a while to do all this. And there's my boundary that way, and it goes down past that far tree. So there is quite a bit to mow. So it is going to take me a while. Might not do it all today, but we will see. I'm not too worried if we do miss little bits. Oh, definitely don't want to be hitting that pole like that. But anyway, Let's get doing it. Well, I think we just got a couple of passes left to do on this section, but that is a mammoth task. They've got all that area over there and down the other side of the farm to do as well. I think I've bitten off more than I can chew, as they say. One thing I forgot to mention is up at the shop, when I was chatting to them, obviously I've told them about lack of funds, and also mentioned about trying to produce some silage. They don't think I've got enough money to be able to afford any of the equipment to do silage bales or silage, so that is probably out of the window. So we could possibly end up just having to sell the grass. Or another suggestion they had was make some hay out of it, because that will be more for our money than grass will be. As you can see, we've still got these bushes here. We've got rid of quite a few weeds, and I've missed a couple of bits here and there, but I'm not too fussed about that. I'm quite surprised how much land we actually do have. So we've got plenty of room to be putting fields down, or whatever we want, or creating fields, should I say. I think that probably will be the next sort of step after all this. Try and start growing some crops. Not sure quite yet what we will grow. I'm going to stop that for a minute, because I've had a little bit enough of that going up and down like that. It's made me feel a little bit dizzy and funny. Could be the fumes from this tractor, I don't know. I'm going to head on over to this side, because I'm going to show you those trees. Look at all these weeds we've got. This tree here is within our boundary again, but I may keep that one and the one back in the area we've just mowed, because they are a little bit more attractive without using that word again, than the sort of pine trees, the spruces, and so yeah. But down here, see, all of this is ours. Look, I've mowed out this area, so everything I'm driving on now is ours. I probably could have pushed out a little bit on that side as well, because if we stop the tractor here, we'll turn that off. That's in our boundary, and so is that one. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to cut those down now, and I'm going to try and... I'm just thinking, because I don't really want them in our way. I'll definitely cut this one down, and we'll go, after learning my lesson, I know which way to cut them. I'm going to leave a fair bit of stump so that I can see it. Hopefully that should fall away from the grass. Yes. I will trim that up while we're here. And then that is ready to go when we need a bit more extra cash. That one I might leave, just for the fact that I would like to get this grass picked up, because if I chop it down it's going to be in the way. I know we could probably push it out of the way with the tractor, but I'm not sure. And then as for running along this side, there's not a huge amount. We've got this little bit here to our track, because I think our boundary is literally up to the other side of the little stream there. So we could potentially go in here and mow this. I don't know whether it's going to be worth it though, because like I say, we've got these telegraph poles, electricity poles should I say, but this edge looks a little bit iffy and slippery, so we don't want to get too close.